the beginning stuff. Originally I was going to do a community concern with as many people as I could find, and that did not work out this week, so next Saturday. The main reasons that didn't work out is just from the Reddit thread. Players are thinking the devs won't care. No one is going to care. Players and devs. People quitting, not really reoccurring. And just people thinking it's better to join another game, like Blade and Soul. Depressing. So we'll give that a go. I'll try to post that on the forums for next week and get more people to... So I kind of changed up what I was going to do just a couple hours ago and brought up just the Skyforge PvP region stat, which I wanted to go over and just make a quick little video and then ask like 3 questions and see what other people thought. And so NA, we have about 3,000 players. 100 in Diamond, 1,000 in Ruby, 780-ish in Gold, and 1,000 something in Silver, and 10 in Bronze. On EU, I already looked at the numbers, I won't do the same thing, but 5,000, 11,000 in RU, PvP population. And when you start to look at Pantheon Wars and the space program, just the space program, the top 2 guilds in NA are not at a competitive level. 900k versus 370k. And then if you scroll down some, we get down to... And looking at EU, there's actually a little bit of competition. We have 3 guilds at 500k, 600k. And that's looks like actual competition, people fighting for points, or at least being at the same level. And then you get down to rank 10 and it kind of goes back down to just under 200k. And RU actually has 11k PvPers, so you guessed it, they're going to have a lot more competition in the space program. 1.6 mil. Top 4 guilds are above 1 million space program. They have a little bit longer time than stage 3. This is stage 3 all of us. NA, EU, RU. So they'll have higher points, but look how close the numbers are to each other. Over there. So I don't have numbers for EU and RU on this next part, just the Pantheon War, the final stage, the temple battles. On Sunday, on Defense, Exile, the #1 guild on NA, only had 50 for PvP. They had 5 full groups. Actually, one group was with 9 players, I believe. And we had a little over 10 players in the PvP section. We knew no one was really going to show up for the PvP section. There was 1 person on the final battle, the enemy team, I believe. And Monday attack, we only had 1 group in PvE, and we had a full 30-man group in the final battle. We had a couple extra. We had to bench because we couldn't get more than 30 in. But that's the top guild not being able to field 100 players once a month. And this was the second Pantheon War, so it still feels like a pretty big deal. $15,000 reward, I believe, still. It's above that, but whatever. So, I mean, these are the questions that I'm wondering what other players are thinking. Thoughts on NA? I mean, I hear the negative feedback on Reddit and everywhere on the forums about how NA is dead, less than 3,000 players. Mods saying it's obviously above 3,000, which in the past 2 months, since December 2nd, we've had 3,000 people play over 10 PvP matches. This is just the PvP side of the game. I have no clue the PvE side because there's no real numbers to show. So just what are people's thoughts on NA being only half the population of EU? a fourth the population of RU. RU being out, been posted on Reddit and the forums. But thoughts on competition in the space program? NA, Exile has already won the Pantheon War and placed rank 1 in the space program, so there's that. EU still has a chance with their 3 top guilds being close in point. And RU, there's 2 guilds at the top with a 400k difference for rank 3. So there's still a little bit of there's competition there still for the final reward. And just for NA, which doesn't really say too much about EU and RU, just thoughts of the Pantheon Wars being based around 100 versus 100 players. Definitely not being able to field it on NA. EU, they have twice the players, so I'm assuming 1, maybe 2 guilds hit that number. I believe they also had better times, which we can all argue the times were horrible on NA. But RU most likely also had a few guilds with 100 players fielded for that. So like those are the 3 things I think are some good topic starters.